look at, horrible. Okay, can you guys see the screen? Actually, why can't you see the screen? Hold on. Okay, there. Fire. Beautiful. All right, we're here. We're here. Probably been holding gold since 5:33. Damn. What's up, S? Why can't I read your phone name? Hey, when it does that. S dot dot dot. What's up, YouTube? What's up, guys? Yo, The Witcher. What's up? What's up? All right, so let's go into it. Let's get paid. Let's do it. So, well, today, first things first, we already see that DAX ended up, well, if you guys were obviously here on Friday, price ended up playing out pretty good. Or this was not Friday. What was Friday? Here. So we wanted buys. We ended up getting wicked out, and price ended up playing buys, guys. Honestly, what we did, or what honestly I think happened, is once we got in, price came down, took Tokyo lows, and then ripped back up. It is what it is. Can't do much about it. Never got my setup. But we saw New York just absolutely fucking dip, right? DAX just absolutely sold off. Granted, if we go to the higher time frames, we are still within. Actually, we're not within that bullish trend. Yeah. So technically, we flipped trend here because we were, again, bullish. Had a higher high, higher low, higher high. And then what do we see from here? We broke a protected low. So now we can ultimately assume that we are bearish. But obviously, just because we are bearish doesn't mean I'm going to keep selling. Obviously, I want to look for buys, but there's really nothing that's interesting me yet because the last high that I could really see within this internal structure is here. So I would need to see DAX break this high, pull back, and then we could continue to look for higher prices from there. But again, the main objective is to facilitate the pullback of this leg. So by the time we even get that break, we're already coming into equilibrium. At that point, trade's not even really worth taking. So, yeah, what's up, Jocko? Actually, the first time I pay 9 and then I pass John, then I still need to pay that and then for me to pay out. Oh, he's talking to us. Looks like no setup. Yeah, Chew. DAX is looking whatever. UK 100, there is something of quality. So again, I told you guys I was not going to take buys Friday on UK 100. I had a feeling it was going to sell off. It did end up selling off. And if we look within this internal structure, we can see that price was previously bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We eventually broke this last protected low, having a nice little bearish sell-off. We're seemingly coming up into a pullback, but we have not facilitated that pullback yet. Honestly, if we do end up coming up, which another reason I expect price to come up at London Open is because we have no daily top wick. It doesn't mean I'm going to expect it to absolutely fucking fly, but if we do see price come up during London Open, create some type of wick, I could see myself taking a break of these lows back to the downside. I'm honestly even tempted to enter within the 50% just because I'm very confident the fact that if price does go up, it will be momentarily to take liquidity, create a top wick, and facilitate that pullback to send prices lower. So, and the reason, again, I expect price to come lower is because this last hourly leg has not had a pullback yet. Therefore, we can ultimately expect price to come into at least equilibrium and potentially even further. So, damn, so many people typing. But again, that's that. NASDAQ. All right, you guys know there's a lot of talks with, or not even talks, there's an actual war going on right now. NASDAQ opened up very bearish. Yeah, D. Someone did win a funded account. And, believe his name was Crew. I announced it in this video here. So if you guys actually go, if you guys don't know, if you're new here, every single YouTube video I drop, there's a free funded giveaway. That's what he's talking about. I did end up announcing the winner in this video, but then there's also another giveaway in this video as well. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe. I pick one of the comments every single video to win a free 100K funded account. So pretty good. It's just a free account. NASDAQ for me, entry now for long. Yeah, all right, so let's go into NASDAQ. So initially we see price selling off. Like, we're pretty bearish right now. But one thing I'm noticing is, like, we're starting to see a lot of hesitation here, where we had, like, this bottom wick. We're starting to come down. We took this last low, kind of creating another bottom wick. And ultimately, if we start to see the 1 minute start flipping here, I may take some type of buys. Can't lie. Just because, again, like, we have some bouncing up here. We've been bearish for a while. We're starting to see signs of exhaustion. And with that being said, again, like, I can definitely look for some type of buying opportunity. But the main one right now is UK 100 for me, at least. I'm just really debating where I want to enter. Because again, like price has facilitated or has shown that it wants to go bearish. But the one thing is that happened before London session. If we do end up waiting for price to come up into here, create that top wick, we'd ultimately have to wait for price to re-break these lows, which is fine. But it's either we enter at a break of these lows and our RR is absolutely fucked, because again, like price could facilitate the pullback, re-break the lows, and continue lower just into the equilibrium and then come back higher. And that's where it just wouldn't be worth taking that trade unless price did come higher, come lower, created a new internal low, and we entered in on like some type of pullback within here. In that case, it would be worth it just because our 101 would be before equilibrium. But we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see. But again, yeah, the video I linked, you guys can go watch it. Super informational. And then again, it's a way to win a free account. I mean, who doesn't want a free account? Hold on, YouTube. What's up, YouTube? What do you mean what happened to Mark's Telegram? Is it down? I really don't know what happened. Can I start evaluation of pain actually? Yeah, that's how that's how it works. What's up, Blue Dream? Good morning, Jay. It breached Telegram rules or some shit, so we can't see anything. What is he even doing in there to break rules? But he's always getting banned on everything. It's actually fucking hilarious. I really don't understand. He have his own opinion. Channel company, bruh. What the fuck is he even doing in there? What is he doing? But again, guys, today may not be the longest stream. Again, we're not seeing much unless we start seeing NASDAQ make some new highs within the 1 minute. That'd be nice to see. And then we can, potentially play off that. UK 100, again, I'm really expecting our open to hopefully come higher, which actually it would need a pretty big move to come higher. At that point, I could consider playing it risky, taking an entry up here, but at the end of the day, like our stops would have to be up here. We still get a nice little 101 back to these lows. So again, like we definitely get some profits on the trade, but that's if price came down. Okay. Which granted, I do think it will. He's posting his own news. Is crazy. George, I know you're looking at those. What's up, guys? Tell me about your weekend. Like, nobody's talking here. Come on. Tell me about your weekend. Was it good? Was it bad? You guys ready for a new week? I'm ready for a new week. I'm ready for a new month. New month. All right, guys. We've got 5 minutes, and we'll see what happens here. Been good though, and looking for the market's opening though. Yeah, same. I'm very interested or curious to see how New York goes tomorrow. That's gonna be something. What am I trading, Red Loco? I am trading UK 100, DAX, and NASDAQ. But as of right now, the only true setup I see is on UK 100, which granted we still need to see some confirmation kind of play out within this leg before I even look to enter. Which I'm debating entering at 50%. I am. But we'll see. And the reason is because, again, even though we don't have to come back up and make that top wick, but the chances of it is honestly very likely. So that's what I'd want to wait for. Plus, we need the pullback either way. And then we know we have other areas of imbalance sitting down lower that we can target. So, we should get that 1 and 2. I'm just debating if that, entry's worth it or not. Even if we come and break these low at open, guys, and have an internal pullback here, I won't enter this just because we never completed the pullback of the 15-minute, and that means so much to me. Let's go serious. Hopefully you're learning from every loss Every bone counts. What you should be. Is ICT all you need? No. ICT can suck my. I'm just kidding. Guys, I'm also reading YouTube chat, whoever's in Discord. And if you're in YouTube, again, I'm also live in Discord. Yeah, I think it's going to be wild. I think so. Can you check gold? Yeah, but like I know for a fact, was gold just pumping? Yeah. Are we back at all-time highs? Oh no. We're just pumping, man. We're just pumping. I mean, we could see some type of pullback into these other areas of liquidity, but just with everything going on, I think we're going to continue going higher. We should give a shot on gold. Fuck. No, I'm sorry, Benny Boss. I'm sorry. Gold, especially how gold moves, it is probably the only market that it just doesn't play along with my system. And I mean, a lot of it has to do with probably the fact that it's a commodity. So, but just impulsively trading gold, no plan, that's just like a cause for disaster. Even if like we won, I wouldn't even be happy with that, because at the end of the day, like, I'm winning based off the fact that I'm just shooting to shoot, not actually going in there with a plan. That's like one thing you guys gotta like lock in on, is like a lot of people like switch markets here, and like again, that's fine early on in your journey. You know, get a feel what you like, what you don't like. But a lot of times that's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you, especially if you're going into each and every market without a plan. Yes, you can have relatively the same system, but in some cases, especially like gold compared to fucking UK 100 or EU, it's a totally different mover. Yes, Idris, you can. Best tips for capital protection. I mean, just have good risk. Have good risk, know when to not trade. Those are the biggest things. And when I say have good risk, like again, like, you know, like depending on what you're trading on, I'd always go to like 1% risk, 2% risk. Just kind of keep it simple. Obviously on my live, sometimes, you know, being that it's a live account, I can go to 3 to 5%. Just because, again, like there's no restrictions when it comes to live trading. But like the biggest tip too is, again, like not every day is gonna be a trade day. Shit, I may not even get a trade today, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna go and shoot on a trade because you guys want to trade. You know, I'm not gonna go and look at another market that I don't trade because you guys want to trade to start the week. That's not how trading is, you know. And again, like that's why I really like promote that in like quality over quantity, because it's like at the end of the day, like I could come in here and I could just take a trade every single day if I wanted to. Like I truly could. But the fact of the matter is like that's not what real trading is. You're not going to see a setup every day. Yeah, there's times where you may see a setup every day for a week straight, 2 weeks straight. But there's going to be that day where you don't see a setup, you impulsively enter, you take unnecessary loss, and that can ultimately hurt your win rate. And it's just, again, like if you really want to be keened in on your capital protection, just, again, make sure you're not trading during news, stuff like that. Make sure, again, like you know when, if it's a no trade day, there's no setup, no entry, don't impulsively enter for FOMO reasons. All right, we have open, guys. See what happens. DAX, I expect a pullback on DAX, but there's really no setups for me to take within here. I can't lie. Again, I do want price to go bullish momentarily on UK 100 to make that daily top wick. But again, we may not have to. Price may just want to sell off. We have Tokyo lows sitting down here too, so we could end up seeing price come take Tokyo lows, then come facilitate that pullback. Let's see what happens. I'm going to give it like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and if we're just getting nothing, if price just dumps here, guys, like again, I'm not going to enter sales impulsively. It's just because of the fact that, again, we could just be coming down short term, take some more liquidity, which again, these are Tokyo lows right here. We could come down, take Tokyo lows, and then make our way back up to facilitate that pullback, and then come right back down. What's happening on NASDAQ? Nice little sweep. Could have been the manipulation. If we see higher prices, we could take some buys going up here. Again, the buys from NASDAQ on Friday, guys, ended up winning, but we just got taken out at break even. We moved to break even, got taken out at break even. Price ended up staying valid and then just absolutely ripping into these highs. But it is what it is. It is what it is. If we come down all the way into equilibrium of the hourly leg, at that point, guys, I'm probably going to call it a no trade day and just head out of here and, you know, enjoy my night. Just because, again, like, we're not seeing anything on DAX. I mean, I'm probably going to stick around for NASDAQ. I think NASDAQ has a chance unless we just continue to dip, which could be very likely. Again, we're already bearish. Nothing says that we have to flip here. That's just the way I generally trade. We're seeing potential manipulation here where price is coming down, taking a lot of these lows. Now we just need to see price confirm with obviously a distribution leg. Oh my god. I don't know if it's just me. Markets are kind of moving shit for open. Low-key, like, this liquidation is nice to, like, a break of these, like, internal or fractal highs, which I'm just not, like, the biggest fan of them because, like, we could get caught in this fucking leg here where price comes and hits 50% and continues to dump. We did just take these lows, though, too. And we have no top wick. Ooh. I mean, we'll see what happens here. What's named for UK100 on Legacy? Sadly, Giovanni, UK100 is not on Legacy. A lot of people do trade their live accounts with me in here. So that's why I trade it. As far as, like, being able to trade Legacy, that's why I also trade NASDAQ, but only when we see a good setup. Again, if we're going to see a lot of consolidation, if we're not going to see any good movement, it's just not worth it. You know, it's really not. And going back to whoever asked about capital preservation, you know, like, it's really big to be able to, like, understand, okay, we're clearly not seeing what we want. Therefore, I'm just going to step away. But again, there's still opportunity. And even after I get off stream, which again, I'll still give it some time, setup could still play out. We could still see price come higher. And again, like, if you guys are on my personal Discord, I'll be calling it out for you guys. Don't worry about that. But I'm low-key liking DAX now, especially if, like, we see a break of these fractal highs, which, like, isn't the best structure, but nonetheless is still, like, fractal structure. And as long as we don't just absolutely rip to the equilibrium, we could take the pullback of this leg at like 50%. Stops at the low. Go for a nice little 101, and then let the rest go for 1 to 2. DAX same as UK 100? No, it's not. No, it is not. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I'm ready to just knock out. So now it's just selling off a little bit, guys. No setup for me, like, for sells, honestly. So there's, again, there would be no reason for me to be taking these. Plus, again, we're seeing quite a bit of bottom wicks, which I really don't like. I mean, it's kind of just telling me that price is not really pushing lower with strength. So keep your head up and your bread up, Miles. You already know it. Looks like we swept some liquidity, which was just these lows, the internal lows. And now we could be ripping up. And again, the bias is to see some buys here. not catch buys, but just see some bullish pressure, come up, create a top wick, and then we can look to sell right back off with that overall bearish swing trend, or that 15-minute trend. I mean, we might have something on DAX, I can't lie to you. We're definitely playing like fractal structure here. But if we see some nice displacement, see a nice break of these highs here, we could play that pullback, because I like this liquidity sweep. I like how price kind of started to hesitate, came down, had a nice little bottom wick, taking all this liquidity here, and we're seeing instant displacement to the upside. And again, plus we have no daily top wick, so we could be coming back to create that. And I'm still bullish on like DAX. I mean, from a daily standpoint, you got to look at it this way. Like, we're still have that bullish leg. We had a pullback, and then the hourly started coming higher and higher and higher. And we did have a pretty big leg here, but ultimately I'm still expecting these highs up here to get taken. See what we can get into. If we don't get a good closure on this candle, then it's definitely like a something I'd hesitate on for sure. Fuck gold. Gold's just probably going to keep flying, guys. I can't lie to you. He'll probably just keep flying and flying and flying. Pretty ugly reactions here. Again, I'm not in anything yet, guys. But this is not the best condition. Again, like, even when I kind of looked at the markets coming into today, I already knew, like, it just didn't look too good. I don't think there's really any like big effect that we saw in these markets when it comes to the war going on with US and Iran. NASDAQ, we definitely saw an impact, but I mean, you know, you should know why. But again, if we're going to see price continue to sell off, that's fine. We're going to let it sell off, do its thing. Again, you guys know when price is this oversold, unless we have a perfect setup to the downside, I won't be taking sells, or I won't continue to take sells, or, you know, I need to target to in a higher time frame. So one thing I'm noticing, we just took these lows, could treat that as liquidity and then just absolutely rip higher. Could. As far as UK 100, sorry, we don't need to facilitate that pullback now. Like, we could just end up selling off into equilibrium, and if that happens, then again, this trade idea just kind of goes out the window, because the whole idea behind sells is seeing that price was previously bullish. We have now changed character within the internal structure. We're waiting for that pullback to continue back down into a discounted price of that bullish leg. So, and if again price just comes down from here on out right into equilibrium, our entire target is just basically taken away. Obviously, price can go deeper within discount price, and it doesn't just have to stop at equilibrium, but a lot of times, especially recently this year, we've been seeing price just hit equilibrium and just rip from there. Again, this is why I wait for confirmation, guys. Stuff like that. Guys, I'm so fucking tired. It's actually ridiculous. You guys looking at any other markets right now? price is coming down. UK 100 here too, here too. Got in gold early. Fire. What are you in, buys or sells? You in short-term sells, or is it still pumping? Alright guys, we're just seeing price kind of go in our opposite directions, which again, like I can't say we're wrong because of this, especially with DAX. Like, we're still bearish. We were just waiting for some type of structural shift to show that we were potentially shifting within the other direction. UK 100, again, like, we're bearish. Again, you guys know we're bearish from this leg here, but I just really wanted to see that pull back a little bit deeper to confirm the continuation of sells down into these discounted levels. But it looks like we're going to come down here. What's up, Z? What's up, Z? You joined on a no trade day. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be, guys. Price is just kind of continuing with its overall trend, not giving us what we want. Honestly, good for us, yeah. Yeah. Gives us an idea of what we can... Obviously, like, this one day is not going to dictate how all of March is going to go. I think March is going to be amazing. I really do. I mean, obviously, I was saying that before all these talks with wars. Granted, a lot of things that we deal with don't necessarily have to do with wars and all that. I mean, you know, being that we're trading fucking UK 100 and JAR. But I mean, there's still potential for this setup here, guys. I think, I can't lie to you, I may enter aggressive depending on if price does end up pulling back here. If price pulls back, I may have my entry at these highs, because I like, even if price hits equilibrium, I still wanted to see it make a fucking daily top like I do. Maybe even enter at 71%, and then at that point we are just getting a, you know, just targeting the lows we get a 1 or 2 even before the lows. So we could see. And honestly, I'd like to see price leave Tokyo lows here, because if we left Tokyo lows here and we did end up coming up, then we know at that point price should end up coming back down to take this form of liquidity. DAX is coming back up. Another kind of manipulation, I can't lie to you. Another come down, bottom wick. Let's just see if we can get a breakout here. But even then, like, this setup, like, the only reason I like this setup is just because, again, like, the daily here has no top wick. You know, I can't expect price to kind of come back there. The 4 hour is looking alright. But I think UK 100 is definitely going to be the star trade here. Especially because I'd have confidence taking it at a premium level. $15-minute ended gnarly. Monday P, all those crazy warnings is like recipe for disaster. Yeah, that's why I'm not just rushing into anything, guys. Like, I need to see a solid fucking setup. And that's me always. Like, I don't just rush into anything. Even here, like, just I'm kind of debating here if we even want to take these fractal structures, this fractal structure break, because again, like we could just end up breaking, pulling back, coming higher, hitting equilibrium, and then continuing with our sales. That could be the case. What's up, Luca? Luca's typing. I ain't seen Luca up at this hour in years. But I think Luca's at the game tonight with Mamba. Damn, he baited us. He typed and dipped. But again, guys, DAX, we're just kind of fluctuating. We're just kind of consolidating, not doing much. DAX has been doing this a lot, guys. Like, DAX has been doing this, like, I don't want to say too much, but our opens have been shit. Then we consolidate for the next 30 minutes to an hour. And then it just ends up being fucking, then it ends up playing out. I mean, it's good data, but same thing here. It looks like we're going to come down. If we take liquidity and don't hit equilibrium, again, I'll definitely look to still take these sells if we come back up. NQ is not good tonight. No, I don't think NQ is going to be. There's a chance NQ could be good tomorrow, but at the same time, like, I'm very curious to see how New York reacts, how that New York Open's gonna be. But I'm just thinking we could just keep tanking and tanking and tanking. It looks like we're about to take some liquidity here, which is Tokyo lows. So once that happens, again, that could fuel price back to the upside. Still end up selling off, yeah. There's just no setups for me for sales. And this just looks horrible right here. So many overlapping candles, so much just like slow fucking movement. Not ideal. All right, we took that liquidity. So let's see what happens. Again, if price just continues shooting down, hits equilibrium, I'm just going to call it a day. No trade at that point. It's not worth it. Our overall objective for the day has been hit if equilibrium gets hit. Obviously, if it doesn't, we see a nice little rip back up. I could see myself potentially setting limits at 50% and shooting for some nice sells here. DAX still looks horrible. Horrible. Where's Cartoony at? I need some hype. Alright, we're having a nice little reaction after taking that liquidity, so we'll see what price continues to look like. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes, guys. I mean, we're not going to get a setup in 5 minutes, but again, like this opportunity to ask questions, stuff like that. And again, if you guys have not gone and entered my giveaway, go enter my giveaway. Like, it's literally a free fucking account. Here it is. I'll reply. There it is. How you doing, bro? What's up, Michael? I'm doing good. How are you? How do you think? And we'll go. Oh yeah, I think it'll be pretty volatile. I can't lie to you. No, it's not, Michael. It's not even close. I mean, we're kind of coming down to the hourly 50%. So the idea behind it is, if this is our overall objective, is seeing price pull back into a discounted price, right? We're clearly still within a premium. But if price just rips down, hits equilibrium, I'm going to invalidate the trade. We're not going to take anything, because at that point, our objective is now complete, right? But what we just did is we came down. We just took Tokyo lows, which is a form of liquidity. And being that we just took a pretty heavy form of liquidity, we could see price now react back to the upside. If we get price coming to the 50%, I could see myself entering at 50%, just because, again, our stops, yes, in this case, maybe pretty big. These are pretty big stops for UK100. I can't lie to you. But I'd be comfortable with it because, again, I know my stops are protected at high. If price were to just absolutely rip higher and higher and higher, at that point, I could care less about that loss because my stops are in a good spot. We change character internally. We have targets. But again, I'm going to enter at the 50% if we get price to come back up now. Enter there. Stops, obviously, first stop is at 101, which is a nice area because it's before equilibrium, meaning at that point we can move to break even, take half my position off, and then just let the rest run into a 1 to 2, which again, like obviously price can hit that, but being that it's deeper within discount, it's not necessarily promised. Obviously though, I think we do have room to come down that deep, can't lie to you. But basically right now, what matters is, are we going to come back up higher? 7% on which leg? What is a click to not trade on a certain day? What does that look like? What is the click to not? What is the click? What do you mean? What is the click to not trading on a certain day? What does that look like? I don't know if you misspoke, like click. I don't know what you mean by click. Unless I'm like totally like brain farting here and just like totally not getting it. On the bearish leg, 5 minute. Well, I think the likeliness could be a lot higher than 7%. I mean 50%, because obviously like this is our daily high here. This is where we opened up. We have no top wick here, so ultimately I can't expect price to come back and make that top wick. So we could at that point come higher into 7%, but the fact of the matter is we don't necessarily have to, right? And we could just come create the top wick, hit 50%, and then just absolutely fucking rip back off. But what it looks like right now, guys, is price is probably just going to continue bearish, which again, it's fine. It shows that our direction was correct. But again, there was just no entry. And if it hits equilibrium, which is right here, then at that point, I'm just going to invalidate this trade. I'm not going to set limits and I'm just going to walk away. Just because, again, at that point, it's not really worth it. And look at DAX. DAX is doing what DAX has been doing for the last fucking 2 weeks. Shit open, consolidation. I do think later into the night, we probably will see some higher prices. Around 130, but we are down near that equilibrium. If we hit it, I'm just calling it a day. I don't think we're seeing anything on Nas. Nas is dumping as well. Nothing here. It's one of those days, guys. One of those days. Can't lie to you. But I think we're going to end up coming down, hit equilibrium. So again, no trade day for me, guys. With that being said, again, if you guys are interested in instant funding accounts, again, I tell you guys all the time, you can always DM me. I'll give you guys the information as far as how to get it instant funded for legacy. Skip the entire valuation. You just go straight into actual live trading. So if you guys are interested in that, just, always feel free to reach out. Let me know. I can send you everything that you would need to know as far as pricing rules. I mean, actually, like who would be interested right now? Like type in chat. Type in chat if you'd actually be interested. Because again, we're just kind of see who'd be interested, because it's going to come out sooner than later, but it's like more early access right now. And that's why you guys kind of have to go through us. But if anything, you guys can always DM me. Let me join your Discord. Here, click my bio. Like click my name and then go to my bio. Wait, is it not in there? The fuck is it at? Is it because I'm not online? I don't think you can see it. Just DM me, Normings. I don't know what happened. Is it because streamer mode's enabled? Probably. Yeah, just click my name and it's in there. All right, fire. And again, guys, I sent out Legacy Funded Future. If you guys want to go get your guys an account right now, you can use code Nick for 15% off. Just a nice little discount code. With that being said, I'm gonna go to sleep and we'll go. Let's do it. Again, guys, no trade day for me. That's fine. Again, whoever asked about capital preservation earlier, this is a prime example of being able to dictate when it's a good day, when it's a bad day, and just being able to walk away. Again, I know a lot of you guys are newer, and a lot of you guys just want to place a trade because you want to make money. This is why I tell everyone, don't focus on the money, focus on the process. Actually become someone who's worthy of making that money, in the sense of just apply everything, apply all the processes, follow all the rules, be disciplined, be consistent, and in due time, money has to come your way. Because again, you're doing everything correct. Therefore, if you're doing everything correct, you're going to make money. But if you're just focused on money, you're most likely going to end up hurting yourself more than helping yourself. So yeah, no trade today, Michael. If there is any potential opportunity, like DAX is still kind of like giving us maybe something, but we're just consolidating a lot, I will post it into my personal Discord, guys, into my trade idea section. I know a lot of you guys are in there. So if I do take anything, which I genuinely doubt it, it'll be in there. Mejix, you can click my name. Click my name in Discord, and then you see my bio. But yes, I need Nick's patience. Appreciate you saving our capital. Yes, Edward. Again, it's not always worth it. Again, especially with these war talks. I mean, granted, we're not seeing too much of effect in these European markets, but again, that's another example of like understanding and knowing what's going on worldwide within the fundamental aspects of things, just to make sure that, again, like you're not coming into New York tomorrow full porting, which one you should never full port, but two, especially on days where you know that the volatility is going to be absolutely fucking insane. That's where you just want to be a little bit careful. With that being said, guys, again, go like, go comment, go subscribe on my new YouTube video. Links also in my description. Giveaway in there. Free 100K account. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys same time tomorrow, 11:45 p.m. PST. I'm out. Huh? Oh, really?